Guys, we're rolling episode 97. Good morning. Look at that. We're having a little, I just said good morning, but technically it's, what time is it? Noon? About 11:59. Got a little glass of whiskey, small glass of whiskey that I'm starting my day out with, and a protein shake and some water. That's my morning right there. It's a little weird. It's okay. It's a little weird. Hey, so I heard a interesting quote by a comedian named Sam Morril, and he's a New York comic. Anyways, he said, I think he said, cheers to people who are not a lot. And what he meant by that was the people that come into, say, a gathering, a get-together, a dinner, whatever, and they're just there to enjoy. They're just there to hang out. They're not taking over a whole situation with whatever their agenda is. Sometimes a person is a lot. You know what I mean? They are, the whole night has to be about them. They're going to do something weird. They're going to go on a rant about politics, or they're going to go on a rant about some bullshit, or they're going to be a problem, right? You know they're going to be a problem. Let's just say you and your friends go out to dinner, and you got one that everybody knows is going to be a problem. May not be able to pay for their end of the meal, of the too expensive meal. May not throw in for a tip. You know those guys where they go, well, I only had an appetizer and water. Okay, yeah, but you decided to come and only have an appetizer and water, and then they're like, well, my appetizer was only $13, so they give exactly $13. Right? That's irritating. Now, I do know it is irritating when all of a sudden you get a soup and a salad, and all of a sudden you just dropped $150 because you decided to split the check, which is the right way, split the check, but that does suck. You're like, yeah, I'll come join you. I'm not that hungry. I'll have a salad and some soup. All of a sudden, $150. You're like, oh, well, gee, well, that sucks. But there's people that are a lot, and I may be in that category too. Who knows? If I show up to a party now, it's, I've been told this actually. I have been told this at I wasn't invited to a wedding specifically from the bride, because if I show up, it's going to turn into the Iandown show. I was told this. It's going to turn into the Iandown show. And I took offense to that. And let me tell you why. I took umbrage to that. Because, look, I know when to behave myself. I know when to turn it off. It's your day. If it's your wedding, it's your day. It's really the bride's day. So, of course, she didn't want me there, so I didn't go. But it is the bride's day. And I understand that. I'm not going to be a mess. Like, I think for some reason, I may have that stigma attached to me, where if I show up to this wedding, I'm going to be a problem, or I'm going to be I'm gonna give some bullshit speech, like in The Wedding Singer, with Steve Buscemi, when he goes up and he's like, hey, remember those hookers we picked up? Well, I guess they were hookers. I don't remember paying, which is a funny line. No, I'm going to say something heartfelt, because that's what you do at those weddings. And then I'll close it out with a little joke, right? Open with a joke, in the middle's heartfelt, close out with a joke, or close out with something nice. You know what I mean? Not a filthy joke. There's kids there. I know when to behave myself. But anyways, the point is sometimes people are a lot. You're not the life of the party. You're a lot. It's like if you're the type of person that you show up and it's going to be a problem to get you to leave, or you're going to be saying something silly around people that maybe you're trying to impress, or maybe business partners, clients, or family members that you don't want to, you don't want to hear the stories. Keep the stories to yourself. You got family members over there. You don't need to talk about how we stole a car together. That's not a story you need to tell my father. You know what I mean? You don't need that. My father doesn't need his sons going on joy rides in his teens. He didn't need that. So, but yeah, don't be a lot. Be fun. You know, I found there's a skill to this thing. There's a skill to being at a party. There's a skill being part of a get-together. Don't be a problem. Try to find your jokes. Now, as I'm saying this, I'm definitely one of those dudes that I'll be. But if I feel like something is like pretentious or someone, I got to bust their balls. You know, a lot of times I'll have to do it. But I'm trying not to. You don't need to cause an issue. But I definitely will bring up, if somebody is a very far left-leaning individual, I like to bring up a little subject that's on the right, and then I like to get out and let them argue about it. That is funny. And if you're far on the right, it is funny to get them to bring up something that this guy over here on the left will get upset about, which is silly to even get upset about it, because you're at a party, you might be even with strangers. Keep it light. Keep it light, guys. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? No need to get on get into a fight about big business over some nonsense, right? But yeah, some people are just a lot. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that is a lot. Now, some of you could be listening to this and go, Ian, you're a lot. Now, I'm going to have to fight you on that. And here's why. I like to stir it up and have some fun. If we are goofing off, I like to say some asinine shit. That's for sure. It is fun. But I definitely don't want to be the problem, which means when the party's over, I don't want to linger. When you're not going to have to worry about me passing out in your bathroom. You're not going to have to worry about me accidentally falling on your kids, on your cat. You're not going to worry about how I'm getting home. I've already got that arranged. That's part of my deal. I like to make sure I get home. I got animals to feed over here. I got things to do. Most of the time I don't want to spend the night in your apartment and have your wife upset that I'm smashed out on the kitchen floor. So don't be a lot. I know a lot of you. I know a lot of good guys. I like you. You're friends. Sometimes you're a lot. Don't be a lot. Don't be a problem. You know who you are. It's okay. You know who you are. There's a lot of you. There's a lot of you that are a lot. So don't be that one. Be fun. And add something to the party. I've said this before. Add something. Don't take away. Don't subtract. Why are you subtracting at parties? Don't do it. Right? Don't do it. You're irritated. It's almost like you need to catch a smack. Right? When you start being... Because I'm starting to get good at this. I'm starting to go, I'll stand up from the bar and I go, woo, boy, that shit hit me. I'm definitely feeling it. And I'll have an inner monologue or even an inner dialogue with myself that goes, all right, Ian, take it easy. I'll start to feel myself getting heated maybe about something. I'll curb it. I'll put it away. Not the time or the place to get into it. But there are some things. It's funny how arguments happen. Like for example, you guys know maybe you're out walking the kids. You go for a walk with your young ones, and you guys happen to be talking about an issue, and she brings up something, and you're like, you're out of your mind. Let's just say something, some political issue. Say you guys are getting into the abortion issue. And for some reason, you guys have one thing or another to go against. And then you just go, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? No matter what the side you're on is. And then now the walk is uncomfortable because you're just like, oh God, she is so silly with this. How are you my wife? Have you said that? You know. So what you may try to do is go, look, it really doesn't matter how we feel about these things, you know, unless you're dealing with it with yourself. Now's not the time or the place when you're walking with your young ones around the block to get into a political argument about Roe v. Wade. You know? I'm going to take a little sip. I'm going to take a sip. You know, it's like, you know, I'm always bitching about signs. You know, it's like there's this house up the block that it's always got the signs up. Now, somebody may have complained because they put up some pretty vulgar signs. You know, not vulgar to me, but, you know, there's kids that walk to school, you know. And I've said this one before where it's got, you know, it's got abortion. I can't remember what it said now. It said something. It said, it literally said on the sign, free speech for abortion, and then it had a vagina on the picture. And it's this giant sign that's on a busy street. And you're like, all right, look, even if I'm with you, what's with the sign? Do kids need to be seeing that while they're going to school? You know what I mean? It's not like they don't know what a vagina looks like. I know. But I'm just saying it's odd. Isn't it? It's a little odd, I guess. I bet you when I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, shit, a vagina. Oh, man. I'd be going crazy. So that sign did come down. So I either that or it's not a hot topic anymore. Because there's definitely the houses with the hot topics. No matter what the topic is in the news, that sign is going up. That flag is going up. But it's usually up for a week or two, right? They got the BLM, right? Which is funny because the BLM signs were always, like the penmanship was always terrible. Why was it always so terrible? You couldn't go to Kinko's and get it printed out nicely? I don't understand why that sign was always so sloppy. So you got the BLM. Okay, that's over with. So you get rid of that. Then you jump right into, you know, Biden versus Trump sign. All right. Then you're throwing that one up. Now you got your Biden sign up. And then you got, and then after that, the Biden sign comes down. Now you got the abortion sign up. Okay. That one comes down. Now you got the We Believe in the Disabled sign, which I don't know who's against the disabled, which is the silliest of them all. There must be something I don't understand. And, you know, the love is love and all that. Cool. I agree. Love is love. All good. And then you got the, now, of course, this whole time there's, of course, the pride flag, the gay pride flag. Cool. I like rainbows. Rainbows are sick, right? When you see a rainbow in the sun, you're like, fuck yeah, dude. So I'm in. All right. And then you got the Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine. So very good. That's the hot topic. Now that flag has come down. So I don't know if they've changed their mind with Ukraine. Now, this lady, I imagine she's a nice lady. I have not spoken to her. But she's she may be in her late 50s, early 60s maybe. She's very, very overweight. Very overweight. So I don't know if you're standing with Ukraine. I think you're just kind of putting a flag out. And you're not even really flying the flag because it's kind of draped down, right? So it's not even really flying it. So I don't know. Are you helping anything? Are you helping any Ukrainians? You may be. You may be. I have no idea. I'm just being, a pessimist about all this, I guess. But it is odd. It's very odd. Especially that lady doesn't look like she's standing with anybody. And I'm sure she's very nice. I'm sure she's a very nice person. But I don't know. I just, you know what I mean? You start to find the hypocrisy about all this stuff, don't you? You know? Don't you, yeah, I think you do. You start to find the hypocrisy. It's like, we believe in this. Okay, so what? Right? So I don't care. So what? Even if I believe what you believe, so what? What's with the sign? How many times do I say this in these podcasts? I go on these sign rants, man. Some about signs get me. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. It's so, what is it? What is it? You know why? Because maybe it's like virtual signaling. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, hey, everyone, I'm on the good side. Hey, everyone. Like, hey, we're all on the same side here, guys. We live here in Long Beach. We're all cool. You know, we've all kind of band together to try to keep, you know, the streets clean and things like that. And you know, we wave at each other and everything's cool, right? I mean, the sign is weird. It's weird to try to alienate somebody. You know what I mean? Especially if when they really get to the political stuff. Because are you saying that the other side are bad people? Are they dumb? Are they dumber than you? You know, I think it's only what you've grown up in, what crew you roll in, I guess. You know, there's no right or wrong when it comes to, in my opinion, there's really no right or wrong when you sit where I'm sitting, because we all kind of just don't know. We're just being fed what we know, right? And so I don't fault anyone being like, well, this is going on. Well, that's what you watched on Fox or CNN, right? And then I guess you just pick and choose what you believe, what headline you believe, and then you roll with it. But it's weird to shove it down someone's throat when they're not even asking for it, you know? When they're not like, it's just like, oh, hey, Bonnie, how you doing? Good to see you. You know what, Ian? Have you seen what's going on with Trump? You seen what Trump said? I go, no, Bonnie, I haven't. I'm just trying to walk my dogs. So I hope you have a good day. It's nice out. That's what I say. And then this is an actual thing. So it is interesting, you know, fuck it. Let's all, when can be goofy? Why doesn't someone go, hey, Ian, did you see what was on Saturday Night Live? Even though Saturday Night Live, it's terrible. But hey, Ian, did you hear that new joke? You know? So it's like, why not? Let's do that. Hey, Ian, have you heard this new joke? And give me some silly dad joke. I love dad jokes. You know? Go ahead. Take it easy. Let's be a little light. Be a little light with it. You know? Don't be a lot. Don't be a lot at parties. Don't be a lot at dinner. Don't be a lot with your parents. Just relax. Let your parents have their ideals. Let them have it. It's okay. Unless they're running a Klan rally, you know, unless they're Nazis. But if they're just somebody that goes to work, comes home, and then watches Fox News and gets all riled up, let them get riled up. It's okay. That's their deal. They watch Fox News until it's time to go to bed. That's okay. And then they look at you and go, this country's going to hell. That's what they say. They've been saying that since I was a kid. Parents been saying that since I was a kid. They've been actually, you know, my parents have been bitching at some things that were kind of have come true, actually. But it's okay with the bad people because they're not on your political side. That's really weird. You know what I mean? Like, look, when you're at the strip club, you know, you're getting a dance. You're not asking the dancer what she thinks about politics. You don't give a fuck. You don't even care if she hates your guts for being a Jew or being being Asian or being Armenian. You don't even care. Who cares? We're all there to be silly. I like how I use the strip club analogy. You know? I mean, I think that's kind of a cool analogy. If you really think about it, everybody in there, I imagine, has different views in politics in the strip club, right? But yet we all come on common ground that we like pretty girls. We like partying. We like drinking and being goofy, throwing dollar bills, right? I mean, who doesn't like strip clubs? I mean, I think it's like a cool thing to say nowadays, like, oh, that's not for me. But like, if really you went there with all your buddies, now, of course, strip clubs sometimes are so expensive. So expensive at the door. You know, you're paying $20 at the door. Then you got the 2-drink minimum, which you should be, you know, if you're not going to drink more than 2 drinks, you shouldn't be in there anyways. But you got drinks, you know, whatever, $9 Coronas, right? And then you want to get a couple dances. Well, I don't even know what dances are anymore. I haven't bought a dance in many moons. But I imagine they're around about $25-$30. So you got $30 a dance. You want to get a couple of them? You know. So I'm just saying it definitely is a little bit of a money dump in there, but for a good occasion, go hang out with your buddies. I miss that. I miss the nudie bar with my boys. I miss it. You know, we used to go have some fun, man. You know, most of the time we're not even staring at the dancers. We're just talking, having a good time. It's kind of a cool background, right? You got pretty girls dancing in the background. It's not a bad outing. And we sit there and we make fun of each other. It's fun. It's fun to do. But, I'm going to bring, there should be a petition to bring back, there should be state funding for strip clubs. I think it brings good morale. It gives jobs. Takes girls away from, gets them out of OnlyFans, right? What's safer? I guess OnlyFans would be safer, right? If we're really thinking about it, because you're in the privacy of your own room. But it is weird, like if you're on OnlyFans and then people all across the world are staring at you. Yeah, but I guess that's cool, right? I'm starting to sound like an old fuddy-duddy. I'm starting to sound old, where I'm just like, I don't know, what's that doing for their mental makeup? I don't know. Having all these guys all over the world staring at their ass. I don't know. See, I don't know how I even think about that. I think you have to just, as a father or a brother, you have to just go, well, it's her decision to do that. You just need to make sure that she's being safe and smart about it. You got to make sure she knows she has family and protection if needed. But I guess I would prefer, if I had a daughter, is to do OnlyFans rather than be in the strip club, I think, because you're not actually touching the guys, I guess. I guess so. All right, I renege that. I take that back. I think I'd rather have them safer in the privacy of their own home. Webcamming. Jesus, it's getting me all fucked up, man. I'm thinking of I had a daughter. I'm just like, oh, God. I don't even know she's in the room doing OnlyFans. I'm out there, working on my taxes. I'm picturing myself. I'm working on my taxes. I got that stupid tax hat on with glasses, and I'm typing on this old time calculator. And my daughter's in there setting up an OnlyFans situation. God damn. That sucks, man. I don't want that. You don't want that. So it's like, yeah, it's just one of those deals. One of those deals. Yeah. Now I've got myself in a tizzy. Let me take a sip. Take a sip of this whiskey, and then I'm going to get out of here. But, yeah. How did this rant? I went to a rant from don't be a lot at a party. Don't be a problem. 2, what if I had a daughter and she was doing OnlyFans? Oh, my God. Fuck. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. I have a female dog. I have Sparrow. If Sparrow was a human and she was doing OnlyFans, I think I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, look, honey, do you need money? Because and I know you want to make your own money. This is what I would say. I know you want to make your own money, but I don't feel this is good for your mental makeup. For all this time you could be studying, or you could be, building a craft or a skill. I do feel like you definitely want your daughters to be pretty. You want them to be hot and everything, right? I mean, hot. That's the worst word to use. But I guess you do, right? I guess you want them to be, they'd be confident and pretty. Hot. I can't believe I just said that. You want your daughters to be hot? Sorry, dude. Sorry, guys. That was silly. But I just, see, I don't have kids. But I'm just saying, it's like, you want them to be pretty, right? And fit and everything, and confident with their bodies and things like that. But you just don't want the whole world gawking at them. And they send comments and dick pics and all that shit. Oh my God. I'm getting myself in a I'm stuck with that. What do you do, guys? What do you do about that? I guess it's cool. You just roll with it. That's the times. You just need to make sure she's mentally prepared. Make sure she is mentally, at least smart. Be smart about it, because that's not going to last forever, and it'll weigh into you, into your mental, because you're still building that brain. Even at 20, your brain is not like at 20, you're not the same as when you're 30. When you're 30, you're not the same as when you're 40. I definitely have changed. My brain has completely changed. So it's, man, what I mean? It's just like, if you do something you regret like that, it'll haunt you forever. Unless, look, we all do stuff we regret. Some worse than others, but, we may have acted unfavorably at times. Then you regret it and you go about your life. But, man, that's a weird topic. And I've brought that up many times to friends of mine and things like that. I don't even know if that's a appropriate topic to talk about. But it's just like, appropriate. What do I give a fuck about appropriate? But you know what I mean? You just wonder what because this OnlyFans thing is so new. You just wonder what that's doing to the growth of their brain and everything, which is the most important. I mean, you know I talk a lot about chicks and good-looking girls. You know, I like girls. But let's be honest, it is important to have a little brain on you. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, there is something very impressive when you know, my girlfriend spits out something smart. You know? It's impressive. I like it. It's nice. It's nice to have a girl, a lady, a woman who is a little schooled in some shit. You know, a little well read, maybe well traveled. That's nice. I think if you spend most of your time trying to get likes on Instagram and likes on OnlyFans, I think that's a problem. I think so. But what do I know? You know, luckily I don't give a damn about likes or how many people are staring at my picture. I just don't. I don't care. You know, I imagine, you know, if you know, if I got a lot of followers and I'm able to sell products and make more money, of course that's good. I think that's a good thing. But I really don't care. It just doesn't. And maybe it's because of you know, because I'm a '90s kid. Maybe it's just I didn't grow up with that. You know, maybe that's what it is. But I don't know, guys. I would like to know what people think about that, though. About, you know, like what's the speech to give about if your daughter wants to do OnlyFans or some of these sites, you know? Like, I don't think anything's wrong with it, but, you know, I don't have kids. And I also don't know what it does to the building of their brain and, you know, the cerebral part of their bodies. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here and go to work. Hope you guys drink one for me. Cheers.